and stuff,
that's
right?
fine. So what do you think about social injustice in our society?
Well, speaking on a broad term with social injustice, I do definitely think that it exists, but I guess it's only really seen and felt from the side that is oppressed, and oftentimes it is overlooked and neglected from people who are oppressing. So for like Black Lives Matter or police brutality, there are data that suggest that Black people are more targeted and they're more, hurt or harmed by the police. But for people who fight against that, it doesn't exist. I think it's because they themselves haven't experienced it because of their race that they don't see it. But there are saying, like if you don't stand up for the oppressed, you're also being the oppressor. So given that statement, I myself, I'm not so much of an activist. So I think it's sensitive for me to say this exists or that exists because I'm not doing much to help it. But I don't know where I'm going actually.
No, it's fine. You can talk about how you left your sociology major because you found it really depressing. You can elaborate
Okay.
on that.
Yeah. Well, I came into college as a sociology major, and then the first thing we studied a lot was about race inequality and gender inequality. But after a year, I switched out to a different major because it gets pretty depressing because you learn so much about problems after problems, but there's no specific solutions that can actually fix it because this injustice and inequality is so embedded in our society and capitalism. The way our society is actually structured on, like fundamentally, it was kind of built up on racism and sexism, so there's no way that we can actually fundamentally fix it. But like for protests, like we can influence law changes, but that won't fundamentally fix the problems in society, which is why I switched out because it was so depressing. But yeah, I don't know. How is this being edited?